Hi, in this video we are going to learn how to use a Kusam-meco 6040 auto range digital multimeter. So basically this multimeter comes with a manual, a test certificate in the manual itself, a props and a temperature sensor. So basically what functions we are having in 6030? We are having a voltage for AC/DC, we can measure the frequency and a duty cycle. We can check the resistance, the continuity and a diode. We can check the capacitance of a capacitor. We can check the transistors for ammeter based collector type. Then we can go with the temperature, degree Celsius. We can check the current with also using a clamp type of adapters, a CT adapter you can say, for checking the AC and DC currents when you don't want to break the circuit and you don't want to use a multimeter. You want a clamp meter. You can, in spite of having a new clamp meter, you can go buy this multimeter and you can also have a clamp adapter for that. In Kusam-meco we are having CA3000 and others. What next we are having this meter is like microamperes for AC and DC both using the props, milliamperes in AC DC both using the props, and maximum of 20 amperes for AC and DC. Capacitance checking pot. Then we are having a temperature checking prop. Then we are having a transistor checking probe here, ammeter base collector. And if you see, the special function with this meter is like having a terminal blocking system. So what else we are having is like a select button for selecting the range, and in the manual mode also and in the auto mode also. We are having a range selection. Then we are having a frequency and duty cycle selection. We are having a hold and a backlight on connection facility. So now let's on the meter. We'll go to the voltage mode. Here we are having, if you will be able to see, the meter displays DC. That means the meter is right now in the DC mode, so you should connect for DC mode voltage. So you can check the DC voltage. If you want to go with the AC voltage, just go and keep on the select button. Here you will be able to see the AC volt. So what else? Now we will go to the frequency side and duty cycle. Here in this mode you will be able to measure the frequency. If you go with the percentage, the duty cycle means, so you can like click once and you will be able to go in the duty cycle mode. So you're having a frequency and a duty cycle mode. What next we are having is we are having an ohms, so the resistance. Then we can go with the voltage or the diode continuity test. We can go with ohms and the continuity test also. So how to check the continuity? We have these two probes. We're able to see here the current terminals are right now closed, because right now we are going to check the voltage side and few different functions in which we have to use only these two pots. So just putting the probes in the common and the red one here. So continuity will be able to see the continuity voice. We'll be able to hear continuity voice. So what else we are having is a capacitance test. So basically placing the capacitor positive here and a negative like here. But before checking the capacitor on this multimeter, always remember to discharge the capacitor. First discharge the capacitor, then place the positive lag here, negative lag here. Put the meter on capacitance, you will be able to see the capacitance years in nanofarad and microfarads. Next what we are having is a transistor checking function. So you will be able to place the transistor here in like ammeter base collector mode or collector base emitter, and PN at this side and PNP at this side. So this is the way you can check the transistor using this meter. What next we are having is a temperature checking mode. So for this mode you will be having a probe with this meter, a thermocouple. Here is your sensor and here is your probe. So just connect, just check out for the symbol which is plus and which is minus. So in the same manner you should plus, you could go for the connection, the plus in the plus mode and negative in the negative. Just insert this here. Be able to see the temperature 29 degrees Celsius, that is the room temperature right now here. So you can either connect on, basically depends upon what heating has been like available on the sensor. So now moving to the next mode, that is a using a clamp adapter and checking the currents. So now you will be able to see that yet the blocks are closed for the currents, as we though we are in the current mode. The reason is why, because when you're going, we are like going for a CTs or a current adapters, the output what we get in the prop from the CT adapter is in the volts, in the millivolts. So basically for that reason, we are the terminal block have blocked the amperes and just opened the voltage mode. So if you like go with this 2, you leave this and you come with the microamperes for checking microamperes using the props of the multimeter. Now you are able to see that the terminals of this 2 have closed for 20 amperes and for voltage, and you are able to like have the this using the milliamperes and microamperes prop and the common. Always remember to use or to connect the props in series for checking the current and not in the parallel. That may cause an accident or even you can damage the meter. What else we are having is like going with the milliamperes. Again you will be able to see only this two terminals are open and this two are closed. So as we are in like milliamperes, yet you will be able to see a milliamperes and microamperes. Now if you want to go with the higher range like 10 amperes, 20 amperes, you should just directly move on to the 20 amperes. You'll be able to see now this two terminals or the ports have been closed and you are just accessible to 20 amperes and a common block. So basically your meter is always protected from the wrong connections, but you should also take care, you should always go through the user manual how to use a multimeter. Now if you want like to on the backlight while testing, you can just long hold this meter this button, the backlight gets on. For holding any readings, you can just click on this once. Here you will be able to see the hold and unhold. This unhold, hold. So and after using the meter, never forget to put back it off mode to save the battery. So this is the way how you should use a Kusam-meco 6040 auto range digital multimeter. Thank you.